When I was growing up, society told me that racism was skinheads and hillbillies, when really racism is not a person, it's a system, and it's much more insidious than that. If you're a racist, you believe in the system of white supremacy and upholding that. It's not just calling someone the N-word.
Building off of what Lizzo just beautifully explained, I'm going to answer this question of how do you recognize someone as being racist and how do you tell them? We're about to do that right now. In the moment, we're about to respond to one of those people. Trigger warning for this video though, what you're about to hear is horrifying, but not in the way of hearing someone say the N-word or straight up saying that they hate, you know? This is an example of how people uphold the system of white supremacy and wholeheartedly believe in it. So let's take a look.
With all nations that we colonized, we improved the economies, we improved the standard of living, we introduced, like I said, formal education, modern medicine. So if you want to see that as us taking your culture and forcing ours upon you, then if that's the way you want to see it, that's the way you can see it. But the way I see it is it was just some home renovations.
So I'm using this person as an example to show everybody that racism isn't always saying the N-word or saying I hate this group of people because of their skin. It is so much more insidious than that. When you are actively believing in and upholding the system of white supremacy, finding justifications for colonization and saying it was actually a good thing, y'all should be grateful for it. We taught you English, we brought you structure, these poor, helpless, savage Black people, we saved them. That is white supremacy. So this is how you identify racist behavior. Is the person upholding and believing in the system of white supremacy, yes or no? That can be tricky sometimes because white supremacy is so insidious. It is embedded in almost every single thing. That's why I have resources in my bio where you can read books, you can watch movies and documentaries of things relating to race and racism and these systems of oppression. This person was responding to a video of my 92-year-old grandmother explaining how the British colonization of Trinidad forced her to abandon her own culture and forced her to assimilate. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. If you look into the atrocities committed by the British Empire toward the vast majority of the world, you would not be saying stuff like, oh, we were just helping. Y'all should be grateful. It reminds me of what it's like going to school in Canada and learning about Canadian history and being taught that it was just rainbows and sunshine and the Canadians are awesome. And we talk about Indigenous people and we're like, yeah, we were helping them and we worked alongside them. We didn't learn about residential schools. We didn't learn about missing and murdered Indigenous women. That was intentional. In terms of how to tell someone they're being racist, that's going to be a whole other video because it really depends on how much energy you have. Like today, for example, I have the energy. And it brings me so much joy and satisfaction being able to put one of them white people in their place and also use them as a teaching moment for other people. That's what I do here and that's what I love. But other days, I don't have the energy. Straight up, I do not have the energy and I just scroll by, I ignore it, and whatever. The fact that we're going into Black History Month is another reason why I'm like, you know what? I have the energy. This month I have energy. So step one, determine whether or not you have the energy to even address it. Stay tuned for my videos this upcoming month because we're going to get into all this stuff. So hopefully this was helpful and I do not care. It's January 29th. Happy Black History Month, y'all. Let's get into it this month. Let's get into it.